This video is to explain how to set up the student portal that I use for Singing Strong. And then I'm going to go through and show you some of the features that are actually on the student portal that you can use to help you with your singing lessons. When you registered with Singing Strong and started your journey with me, you would have received this email, and it talks about how we have an online student portal. You can access the timetable, read lesson notes, record your practice time and check repertoire. And I'll show you some more of that in a minute. What you need to do is click on this password setup link and use the email that's actually in the email that you received to make sure you're using the correct email. Click on this, change your password, and then once it's set up, you can either use this link here to log in or just go to the Singing Strong website, and under resources, it's got the student login page there for you to log in. So you enter your email, the password, and then you can log in. Once you've done that, you're then on the student portal. So this is the home page, and I've just set up a page under my name, and it gives you all the basic information when you first log on to the student portal. So it's how many hours you've practiced this week, and I'll talk about how you can actually record that on the portal. It tells you your attendance. Then if you've had a lesson, there'll be recent notes and the repertoire that you've done. So this person has had a repertoire assigned of A Change in Me. And then it can show you history, over the last 7 days, 2 weeks, 30 days of notes and repertoire. Then it shows you what's on this week. So for this person, they have a singing lesson on Tuesday at 6:30 to 7. Tells you where it is and the repertoire that's being prepared. If you want to cancel the lesson, you can actually do it directly from here. You just click on that and go through and cancel it. There's also recent news that I'll put up from time to time in the student portal that you might like to read. So this is just a welcome back to the studio for the beginning of the year, and I've put a bit of information about auditions there. I've had quite a few students auditioning in the last couple of weeks for various shows that are on in the local community, and they've been having some extra lessons and preparation for those auditions. So that's the home page. You then have contact information. So all of this is in the left-hand side in the menu. So if you need to contact me, all the details are here. You can send me an email directly, my phone number, and so on. Then we get to the calendar, and on the calendar, it'll have, days that perhaps I'm not available, or it might have something that's on. So there's a lesson that was attended on the 14th, and there's a lesson on the 28th that's to be attended. You can click on that. If you want to cancel it, you can do it that way as well. So it tells you what time, where it's happening, and that's that part. There's also sometimes cancellations, and if there's a cancellation, a time becomes available, or I might put up on the calendar some extra times that are available if you need to make up a lesson. So say, for example, I need to cancel this lesson. So I cancel my lesson, and if you want to give a reason, like you might put that you're unwell. So you confirm that, and I will get a message about that. Then that lesson now becomes available if someone else wants to actually take that time. But if you then have cancelled this and you see, oh, okay, there's a lesson on Friday, so I could do that instead. So this one has an availability. So you click register. Are you sure you want to register for this event? So you click yes, register. And then I will get a message about that you've changed your time to the Friday instead of Tuesday. So that's a quick way of doing it if you need to. There's times when I might put up a workshop or an event on the calendar, and it tells you what it is. So from 2 till 3 on the 18th, there's a vocal workshop. There are 10 places available. No one has registered yet. And I've given you some information. So it's a performance opportunity and you are highly encouraged to attend. So you would click on that, and then if you want to attend, you then register. Are you sure you want to register? Yes. And then I will receive information that you have attended. And it tells you there's 1 out of 10, so there's still 9 places. So the calendar is very handy if you're wanting to check when your lesson is, or if you need to change your lesson. That sort of thing can happen. Now, the changing of the lesson, there's no guarantee about that. I do have a very full timetable, so it's pretty rare that I actually have spare lesson times, but it does happen from time to time. Then we have repertoire. So these are all the songs. So at the moment, this list is of the songs that are currently being worked on. As they become learnt, then I remove those from that list. There's a borrowing library, which I don't really use. It's more for physical books, and I don't tend to borrow or loan out many physical books, but it is there. Now, the online resources, this is something I want to use more of with students. So you can see there's some lesson notes attached. So if there's been something from a lesson, it will be in here. So for example, there's I've actually uploaded the whole lesson. You can click on that and then you can listen to it. Yeah, so that's 27 minutes. So that's a whole lesson. So you can just click play and that will come on. So we hiss out for four times. Okay, and then you can close it. If you want to download it, there's the 3 little dots on the right-hand side here. So there's view, so you can view it just like I did then. Or if you want to download it, you can just click download and that will download to your computer. If you want to listen to a file, you have the 3 dots on the side. You can view it and then you can play it. So there's my vocalese. Or if you want to download it so that you can use it at any time, or you need it on some sort of device, you just click the download button and it will download to your computer. So please take advantage of this and use the files as needed. Now the next part, this is something that I feel students should try and utilise more on the student portal. So we have the practice log, and it tells you how many days you've logged in the week, in the past 30 days, and then, how much average you've practiced. With this practice log, you can manually enter your information, or you can simply go to add time and then go to use timer. So you click on use timer and here it is up here, and you press start and then just go through your warm-ups and exercises and singing. So whatever your practice time is. And then when you've finished your practice, you click finish. Okay, so you click finish and then it comes up for how long, so the day you've practiced and for how long. And if you want to take any notes, whether something was difficult or you need to spend more time on something, or you had a lot of fun or whatever. And then there's also attachments where you can choose a file from your computer and drag and drop it into there. For example, I would like people to perhaps do an audio recording of themselves and drag and drop it in, and then I can have a listen to it. Or maybe even film yourself on your phone, and you can upload it on here and I can have a look at what you're doing. And then you click save, and so it comes up here. So I've practiced 1 minute in the last 30 days. But it's a good way of keeping track. It helps you to see an accumulation of practice. If I did that every day for 10 minutes, all of a sudden I'd have 70 minutes up on my practice log. So I encourage you to do that. So all you have to do is simply add time. You can add it manually, so you can just put it in yourself if you want to do it that way, or I would suggest just use the timer. Click on the timer, click start when you're ready to start, finish when you're done. Then there's accounts and invoices. So that goes through, shows you balance. This is more for parents. I don't think these are really on the student portals, but on the parents portal. So parents, you can access your portal through your email, and then your children can have their own account through their own email. So you've got the charges and what you've paid and so on. And then attendance and notes. So it tells you when you were there, how long it was, if there's any reports, so if there's any student notes and so on, you can read through that as well. Okay. And then finally the news, which is really comes on the beginning of the homepage anyway. And any messages that have been sent to you via email from me, you would get the message history there. And then we just go back to the homepage, and there's everything back at the start. The things I would encourage you to do mostly is to perhaps use the calendar, particularly if you're needing to change lesson times. And then the other thing that I would really encourage you to do is use the practice log. Log your sessions, how much you're actually practicing. It's a great way to keep track of how you're going. Okay, so log your times, and then also log what you actually worked on during your practice time. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be only too happy to help.